Hello, Amelia Hirschfield here. I, I am an entrepreneur and a mentor to leaders who want to self-actualize. That means becoming calmer, becoming more still, becoming less reactive to things so you can be the best leader you can be, show up and attract things that you never thought were possible, and keep living a magnificent life. And here I have my parents' dog, Xena, who has lots and lots of attention. So I've left my dog downstairs as I've been dog sitting them for a few days. So now I can get some rest and Xena can be here with us. So thanks to Xena for being in the video with us. Clearly she's having fun looking out of the window. So today we get to talk about how the INFPs can feel more valued in their life. And the reason why this is important is that if you can see your value, if you know the value that you have, being a leader is going to be easier because you can show up confidently. You can show up in a way that is less needy. You can show up in a way that is your personal power comes from within, and that can be really attractive to people. So it allows you to keep owning the strengths that you have. And it allows these different parts of you to feel comforted, feel seen, know their own value. And then that allows them to trust you more. So it's this beautiful process of you giving to them and them giving to you. And as I explain this more, and as I say these words that can help these different parts of you feel seen and validated, you might not fully register it, or you might get some pushback, or you might get some kind of pull, or it might not fully be there, or these parts of you might be a little absent from you. And that's okay, especially if you're new to this work, which I'm assuming that you are, because that's like a person coming into your life and start validating you, and they haven't been there maybe before because you've been lacking in certain areas that you're showing up for yourself. So these parts of you might be a little questioning your motive. So that's okay that you're not getting a huge response from them yet. If you keep going forward and keep doing the work that I teach, these parts can relax to a point that they'll trust you. And then as they trust you, you're able to do things so much easier and so much quicker because they are in line with you rather than fighting against you. And fighting against you feels like your mind's chaotic. You don't know what to decide. Shit's not working out and you're frustrated about it and you can't figure out what to do. And anxiety often comes from you fighting against yourself. So all of this can be removed by you trusting yourself, figuring out what to do. And validation is a huge part of that. So for the INFP, and you don't have to know this, I know this, and I'm just explaining this. You don't have to know this, but knowing the words to say is going to be very important. So I'm just going to explain a little typology first, and then we'll get into where the gold is with actually the validating words. So the 4 parts of the INFP: introverted feeling, extroverted intuition, inward-facing sensing, and extroverted thinking. And all of these different parts of you are going to need different words to validate them because they have different jobs. They have different ways of operating. They have different strengths that they bring to the table. And if you're trying to validate them in ways that maybe only make sense and only feel right to your introverted feeling, then they're probably not going to understand, or they're not going to feel valued because you're not making sense to them. So it's learning how to share the language to these different parts so they can understand what you're saying. And then when they understand what you're saying, they're going to feel more likely and more able to trust you to communicate back. And then that can start a dialogue, and you can understand different hangups that they have. And then that brings all of you together. So you're working together versus pulling apart and working against yourself. So starting off with an inward-facing feeling. Thank you, Xena. The inward-facing feeling is the part that is interested in what's right for you It loves doing things that feel authentic to you. It wants to do things really ethically. So you might have really high standards for yourself, how you treat other people, how you want to be treated, how you want leaders to show up in the world. These are all things that can get that introverted feeling excited. So validation for this part can sound like, it's great how much you care about showing up in a way that feels right for you, because that inspires others to do the same. And that can make that introverted feeling part go like, oh, I'm feeling actually seen for what I bring to the table. It can something else you can say to this part of you is that, it's the value that you bring is so incredible because it allows other people to want to be themselves more. And the more people can be themselves more, the more that the world is better, and the more they're able to make money in the way that is right for them, the more they're able to treat people better because they're doing things that's right for them versus putting on the mask and just operating in the world. So this part has a lot of value, and saying those things can help it know its value and help it feel seen by you versus needing to be seen by other people. So that's that first part, that introverted feeling. The second part is the outward facing intuition. And that part loves looking for new horizons. It loves exploring. It loves new ideas. It loves seeing what could be done and possibilities. And words that this part can understand and can really get behind are things that can sound like, look at all the amazing possibilities that you're bringing, and look at all the amazing solutions that you can do. Like no other part can do that, because no other part can of these 8 parts. That is totally reliant upon that extroverted intuition. And that part of you, when it's healthy, is a genius, and it's so needed. You can say things like, I appreciate all the possibilities and all the solutions that you bring to me. It allows me to keep expanding into new areas, and it keeps my life growing and growing and growing. So that can help that part relax and feel really seen and like, oh my God, I love that you love new possibilities. I love that you love to do this. It's so nice to feel the fun and feel the joy and feel the excitement of those new possibilities. Like that can really get that part feeling seen. The third most used part, so the third least, is the inward facing sensing. And that part's strengths is gathering what you've experienced in the past and bringing those lessons to the present. So it's like a memory bank keeper. So you can be learning things about what you've experienced before as you connect better to this part. And this part you can say words like, I appreciate everything that you've learned and all the lessons that you're carrying. You have such great wisdom. And that can help that part feel really seen. It's like, oh, thank you. Someone seeing this, my strengths, like, thank you for saying this. It can value words like, I appreciate you wanting to keep traditions. I appreciate you valuing the past, because we can learn so much from that. And you are the only one who can bring that to the table. So we need you. And that can make that part feel really heard and seen. And if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like if you're resonating with what I'm saying, that means that those parts within you are feeling that as well. So keep saying those things. Try saying that 30 times to yourself over a week and see how that feels for you, because you're connecting more and more to these different parts of you. And the fourth use part, so the part that you are the weakest at, that you're going to be the most uncomfortable, is the introverted thinking. And that part is so important to the INFP because it cares so much about being effective. It cares about wanting to do good things in the world. And look at how powerful of a force that can be, of wanting and caring to be effective, wanting to do good things, wanting to really put your life and dedicate your life in a way that is helpful to other people. And to validate that part of you, you can say, look at how effective you are making my life and making other people's lives. So it's not just my life, you're wanting to impact other people's. And that's an amazing quality, because the world needs more of that, especially in a healthy way. And the thing that I teach clients is how to show up in a healthy way with these, because there's also unhealthy aspects. But validating these parts, showing how they're valued, can help them feel so much more seen and so much more confident, and like you are trusting them and you're seeing what they are bringing to your life. So those are examples of what you can say to get these parts to trust you more, to feel more valued, and to feel more seen, because we all want to feel seen. And the less needy you are with other people, the more confident and relaxed you're going to be in the moment, because you know your strengths, you're showing up, and you are connecting with yourself in a way that most people don't do this work. So they don't connect with these parts. And then these parts are just left out in the cold for their entire lives. And they wonder why they're unhappy, even as a leader, even when they have attained it all. This work is very important. It can be very transformative. So keep going with this work. Try saying these words to yourself 30 times over the next week, and we will see how you do with that. And I am going to be leaving a free inner child training. If you want more with that, you can check it out below. And I will see you in the next video.